Hello everyone. Thank you very much for allowing me to present here. My research title is Quantitative and Qualitative Analysis of Antimicrobial Uses and Biosecurity in Broilers and Sonali Poultry Farms in Bangladesh. This is Nelima Ibrahim, PhD student in Veterinary Epidemiology Unit, Kent University. Firstly, I want to share the background of my research project. In Bangladesh, main source of poultry meat comes from small-scale broiler and Sonali farms. If we want to understand the present situation of antimicrobial use in Bangladesh, then we can see that information of antimicrobial uses is very limited in broiler, whereas it's still unknown in Sonali. Also, strict regulation is absent there. Farmers can buy antibiotics without any prescription from a registered veterinarian. In my research title already you saw that I took Sonali poultry for my research. So what is Sonali poultry and why I choose it? It is a crossbreed between Rhode Island red cocks with Fowmy hens. People like it very much due to its taste and texture similar to that of native chickens. The rearing type is almost similar to broiler production system, but production length is between 60 to 70 days for meat. Around 40% poultry meat comes from Sonali poultry. My objectives of this research are to quantify AMU in broiler and Sonali type poultry at farm and flock level, check the biosecurity status in broiler and Sonali farms, correlate data between antimicrobial use and biosecurity status. Now the methodology. A cross-sectional study was conducted to collect data on antimicrobial uses on commercial broiler and Sonali farms from 6 districts in the northern region of Bangladesh. I visited total 105 farms. Within these, 54 were broiler farms and 51 were Sonali farms. Farms were visited twice, first day and before the end of production cycle. In Bangladesh, the production cycle of broiler farms is 30 to 35 days. I collected AMU data by using a questionnaire was completed in collaboration with the farmers. Also used garbage bin method where I collected empty packet of antimicrobial and cross-checked the collected information. For checking biosecurity status, I used biocheck questionnaire of Ugand. Results. In my first slide of result, I show the chart of antimicrobial uses which is expressed by treatment incidence at the flock level. The meaning of TIDDD weight is treatment incidence of daily defined dose in the flock. It expresses the number of days per 100 animal days that the flock received a dose of antimicrobials. The median of TIDDD weight in broiler was 91, which means broiler was treated with antimicrobials 91% of their lifetime. In the case of Sonali, it was 89%. This histogram shows the proportion percentage of the broiler flocks on the y-axis, and the x-axis displays treatment with antimicrobials was initiated on a certain day of production. You can see here that antimicrobial was used thoroughly the production cycle. On the first day and the end of the production cycle, antimicrobial use was on peak. Also, they didn't maintain any withdrawal period. In case of Sonali, the situation is same. Here, this pie chart describes the proportion percentage of the antimicrobial class of the number of antimicrobials used on broilers and Sonali participating flocks. In broiler, highest used antimicrobial class was fluoroquinolone 23%, sulfonamide 20%, and aminopenicillin 16%. On the other hand, in Sonali, sulfonamide 25%, tetracycline 19%, and fluoroquinolone 15% were mostly used antimicrobial class. But farmers also randomly used macrolides and polymyxins. The percentage was 10 to 12% in both types of production. Normally, farmers use colistin on the first day of production cycles as preventive measure for omphalitis. This table describes the disease percentage are based on antimicrobial treatments. In broiler, total antimicrobial event was 301 and in Sonali it was 441. Omphalitis was treated in broiler more than Sonali, but in both farms they used antimicrobials in a preventive manner. Coccidiosis was 26% in broiler and 24% in Sonali. Respiratory disease was 16% in broiler, whereas in Sonali it was 12%. Both types of farms were affected with Newcastle disease, infectious bursal disease, intestinal disorder, etc. The percentage of these diseases are comparatively nearby. Here you can see the relation between antimicrobial use and biosecurity status of the farm. I got biosecurity scoring from using biocheck of Ugand. Then I compare with antimicrobial uses. This plot shows that those farms had poor biosecurity, they used more antimicrobials. In conclusion, my findings are farmers use huge amount of antimicrobials that we quantified by calculating treatment incidence. Results also show that enormous and unnecessary use of antimicrobials without maintaining of withdrawal period, both in treatment and preventive purpose. Excessive use of antimicrobials may lead to AMR. Poor biosecurity is also the contributing factor for a high amount of AMU uses. If you have any query, please drop me a mail. My email ID is nilima.ibrahim@ugan.be. Thank you.